In the history of professional wrestling, there are countless instances of wrestlers who have passed away in the ring. We are reminded of how much these sportsmen risk when we learn of a wrestler's passing. While some of the wrestlers who lost their lives in the ring were well known, others weren't. All lives, however, are equally valuable. Due to their contentious nature, stories concerning WWE deaths in the ring are rarely particularly well liked. But these superstars are great icons of hard work, consistency, and success. But when a WWE wrestler passes away, you can count on news and media outlets, of course, to make the most of the tragedy. Today we're going to cover the superstar who died in a ring. So before moving on, make sure you subscribe to our channel, WrestlingNetic, and hit the notification bell to watch more videos. Number 7. Iron Mike DiBiase. Therefore, we shall talk about Iron at position 7. One of the tragic wrestlers who passed away in the ring is Mike DiBiase. He was the grandpa of multiple-time tag team champion Ted DiBiase Jr. and the adopted father of the $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase. Unfortunately, the Iron experienced the unthinkable on July 2, 1969, while competing against Man Mountain Mike. He was wrestling and had a heart attack. Harley Race, a two-time WWE Hall of Famer and one of the all-time greats, was present. The cause of DiBiase's collapse in the ring was immediately apparent to him. DiBiase's CPR was unsuccessfully tried by Race. The Iron was taken by ambulance to a neighboring hospital, but was later declared dead. The Iron would have preferred to see his descendants advance in the squared circle, even if his wrestling tradition was maintained by his son Ted and grandsons. Number 6. King Kong Kirk. So proceed to King Kong Kirk. In the UK, wrestling is regaining popularity, but have you ever questioned why it initially lost its allure? There are a variety of causes, one of which is a wrestler's passing during a contest. We're referring to Malcolm Kirk as a wrestler. Kirk competed in professional wrestling and faced opponents such as Bret Hart, Andre the Giant, William Regal, and more. Kirk began to despise wrestling about the middle of the 1980s and stated to desire to stop competing. Kirk's current on-screen foes, Big Daddy and Greg Valentine, engaged Kirk and King Kendo in combat in 1987. Big Daddy delivered a splash on Kirk in the closing moments, landing on his chest to win. Kirk began to turn purple, and Big Daddy immediately asked for assistance. The on-site crew was unable to perform CPR on him because of his height. As a result, he was taken to the hospital and eventually declared dead. King Kong Kirk was among the wrestlers that he perished in the ring, although it was later discovered that he had a history of cardiac problems. Number 5. Dan Spider Quirk. As news of WWE deaths in the ring garners attention worldwide, there are, however, several reports of wrestler fatalities in connection with smaller firms. Among them is a tale of the late Daniel Michael Kirk. Before turning 20, he debuted in professional wrestling in 2002. He spent his time in NWA, Chikara, and other positions was enjoyable. Kirk was prepared to make a name for himself in the professional wrestling industry by the age of 22. He had no idea that his match with Highlight Kid, which took place at UCW event on May 28, 2005, would be his final. During the game, Kirk's adversary made a mistake while performing a maneuver. Kirk tried to improvise on the spot, trying to cover for his opponent's error. Kirk, though, hit the ground with his head as the entire scene came to a close. Additionally, the area outside the ring was devoid of matting. The game was promptly stopped by the referee. He was taken out in emergency, but sadly, it wasn't effective. Number 4. Luther Lindsay. So let's go on to unfortunate wrestler number 4, who passed away in the ring. Luther Lindsay was a well-known professional wrestler in the 1950s and 1960s. Throughout the NWA territorial area, he participated in competitions all around the country. He also competed in Stampede Wrestling and All Japan Pro Wrestling. He earned the respect of people like Stu Hart, J.J. Dillon, and Lou Thesz, and others as he rose through the ranks in the professional world. In addition to that, his list of achievements is fairly long. Lindsay kept wrestling as the 1970s got underway. In an unexpected turn of events, he fatally suffered a heart attack as he was pinning his opponent to win. Local law enforcement was contacted after the game when it was discovered that Lindsay was entirely unresponsive. Shortly after being transported to the dressing room, he was declared dead. Number 3. Hijo del Perro Aguayo. So head over to the Hijo right now. The passing of Perro Aguayo Jr., also known as Hijo del Perro Aguayo, is among the most well-known wrestling death stories. Before continuing, let's first talk about the wrestler's importance in the Mexican wrestling scene. Mexican wrestling companies like AAA and CMLL benefited greatly from contributions of Perro's stage, are encouraged and supported. He was in charge of Los Perros del Mal stable. His name may not be well known to the typical wrestling fan, but Mexican fans adore it. Throughout his 2-decade career, Perro Aguayo Jr. won a lot of championships. His career didn't turn out well though. He joined forces with Manic to face Rey Mysterio Jr. and Extreme Tiger in a tag team bout on March 20th, 2015 during a crash show. During the encounter, Mysterio once delivered a dropkick to Aguayo's back and shoulders. The performers in the ring began to notice that Aguayo was asleep a short while afterwards. He was rushed to a hospital where doctors, soon after midnight, declared him dead. His death resulted from cardiac arrest. That was very devastating. Number 2. Brian Ong. Brian Ong's tale is one of several wrestling-related fatalities that are worth reading. He passed away while working out with DiBiase Singh. He was known as the Great Khali. Ong had been coping with a number of injuries before the practice. The APW promotion, however, allowed him to continue performing. Back in the training session, Singh performed a flapjack, a motion that calls for the focus of both the victim and executioner. Ong failed miserably to fulfill his responsibility, tripped over the mat, and gravely injured himself. A few days later, he passed away. The Ong family was awarded $1.3 million as compensation from the wrestling promotion. This took place after the business was held accountable for the casual way in which Singh's condition was assessed prior to the session. Expect some severe repercussions if a WWE wrestler perishes as a result of such carelessness. WWE ringside fatalities garner international media attention as well. He was one of the best wrestlers to perish in the ring. Number 1. Owen Hart. Fairness dictates that WWE does a decent job of defending its superstars in the ring. While there's a buzz when a WWE wrestler passes away, there are no reports of WWE deaths in the ring. However, one superstar passed away live on stage at the WWF pay-per-view in front of tens of thousands of spectators. We are of course referring to Owen Hart, a member of the Hart family. In 1999's Over the Edge pay-per-view, Hart was going to contend for the Intercontinental Championship. He was then playing the superhero gimmick known as the Blue Blazer. Hart's entrance was designed by WWF to lift his persona. He was supposed to descend into the ring from the ceiling. Before the event, the concerned staff successfully tested the entrance. Hart unintentionally started the early access mechanism while making the genuine entrance. He was suspended 78 feet above the ring. At this point, he landed in the ring chest first as a result. Hart was taken to a hospital after the on-site workers tried unsuccessfully to revive him, but he passed away before midnight. So this was all about today's video. Luck is never kind to anyone or everyone. The death of these wrestlers saddened their fans. Thank you for watching the video. Make sure you subscribe to our channel and hit that notification bell so you can get notified each time we post some new videos. We'll see you later!